In this video, we're going to take a look at how to assess the normality of your distribution by creating a histogram, applying the 68-95-99.7 rule, and by creating a normal probability plot. Notice that we already have our data here, and we already have our summary statistics. So let's begin. Let's start by creating a histogram. So drag an empty graph off the shelf. And I'm going to drag the sleep attribute, because I have my sleep data, onto the x-axis. Up here we have the option to change it to a histogram or a box plot or a normal quantile plot, which is Fathom's way of saying a normal probability plot. So if we zoom in here a little bit, we can take a look at this normal probability plot and realize that our distribution is slightly skewed to the right. So we've taken a look at how to do a normal probability plot and a histogram, but what about getting those z-scores? So we're going to do what we did in class with our calculator, but we're going to go over here and I'm going to type in z underscore score. Oh, if you get that message, it maybe means you used a hyphen instead of an underscore. So it got rid of it. That's okay. So we have our z-score, and I'm going to right-click on this and say Edit Formula. And this is going to be very similar to what we did in class with our lists, except instead of list 1, I have my data stored in this list called sleep. So I'm going to do sleep. And notice how it changed purple here. It changed purple so that we can actually recognize that sleep is an actual attribute. And now I'm going to subtract the mean. So sleep minus the mean, which was 6.94667. And then I'm going to divide by the standard deviation, which is 1.41439. And I say apply and OK. And notice we have all the z-scores here. Although they're all jumbled up because I didn't sort my two lists here. So I'm going to click on the list. I'm going to hold down the Shift key and click on both of those. And I'm going to go to Table. And I'm going to, let's see, it won't let me sort. Let me try just sort ascending here on just the z-score. There we go. Sort ascending is an option. And actually the sleep scores sorted with it. That's kind of nice. All right, now we could go through and count these like we did in class, but instead I'm going to apply what's called a filter to actually filter out only the scores that are between -1 and 1, and then filter out only the z-scores that are between -2 and 2, and finally only the scores that are between -3 and 3. And so here's how we would do that. We are going to add a filter. If I can find where that is, right here, add a filter, Control F. And so our filter is going to be z-score. And notice how that turned purple, so it's recognizing that. Z-score, we want the z-scores that are greater than -1 and the z-scores that are less than 1. So if you think about it, it's a compound inequality. All the z-scores between -1 and 1, and I'm going to say apply. And notice the filter is listed down here at the bottom. And notice I no longer have 30 values, I only have 20 values. And if you recall, in class we had 20 out of 30 values that were within a z-score of 1. I can double click on this right here and change this to -2 and 2. And now we have 29 out of the 30. And then between -3 and 3. And that's our entire distribution. So there you go. You can add a filter so you don't have to physically count all those values by hand. So if you have any questions, there will be a little bit of time next week to work on the project. I'm thinking there'll be a little bit of time after our test on Chapter 2 and possibly a little bit of time the day after that as well in case you have some individual questions.